Okay, so our next unit is Unit 4, and it is all about inequalities. So an inequality is a mathematical sentence that compares expressions. So we were working with equal signs before. So you guys, had 3x equals 15, okay? This is an equation. This is what we have been doing. Now we are going to be working with inequalities. An inequality an inequality has more than one answer, while an equation with an equal sign only has one answer. Okay? So inequality we represent using these symbols, and I'm sure you've seen them before. You have your less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, okay? And something that I always use to help me remember like which symbol it actually is I think of it like I'm reading a book. When I read a book, I read right to left, okay? When I'm reading an inequality symbol, I do the same thing. I read right to left. So you can see right here on this one that I'm looking at, if I'm reading it right to left, the little part comes first, okay? So this smaller part comes first, so I'm going to say less than. And this would be the big part comes first, so this would be greater than, okay? So you're going to be practicing setting up inequalities and graphing them for Unit 1. These key phrases are going to be huge. If you look at what they're asking you to do and you use this key phrase, it will be super easy to figure out which inequality symbol you need. So use your chart. It's very helpful. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is practice writing inequality. So if you look at our example over here, it says a number q plus 5 is greater than or equal to negative 7.9. Write this sentence as an inequality. So the first thing is we know how to write q plus 5. You can see that right here, a number q plus 5. All you write, q plus 5. Then the next part, it says, is greater than or equal to. I might not know what inequality symbol to put, so I simply would use my chart. Oh, is greater than or equal to? Is greater than or equal to. So I know that I need to put in this symbol, which they did. And it's 2 negative 7.9, so that is what goes on the other side of our inequality. Okay? So setting up or writing an inequality is pretty easy if you use your chart. Here is 2 more examples that I would like you guys to add to your notes, please. A number x is at most negative 10. So a number x, I know that that's an x. It says is at most, so I'm going to go up to my chart. Where does it say is at most? Oh, is at most, so I know I use this symbol. And then is at most negative 10. So that's just going to be put right there. Okay? Pretty simple when you're breaking it up. Let's try the next one. It says twice a number y. So twice a number y. I know that twice a number y is written as 2y. Then the next part is more than. So I go up to my chart. Where do I see that? Oh, right here, is more than. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And more than 8. So this last part just goes on the other side of my inequality. Perfect. Let's try the next thing. Okay. When you are graphing an inequality, there are a couple tricks. First thing that you can see here is we have y is greater than negative 8. So I know that my first number is on negative 8, so I have an open circle there. The reason I have an open circle is because, and you should definitely add this to the bottom of your notes, is less than and greater than are represented with a open circle. So it's open. Beautiful handwriting. And less than or equal to and greater than or equal to is represented with a closed circle. So when you are graphing, if you have one of these symbols, then it's an open circle. If you have one of these symbols, it's a closed circle. So you can see right here, we know first thing we do is we go to our number. So y is greater than -8. I find -8. I see it's a less than or greater than, which is an open circle. So I put in my open circle. Then I need to figure out which way my arrow goes. So it says right here that y is greater than -8. So I look to the left. Is -10 greater than 8? No way. I would definitely rather have -$8 than -10 because -10 is less money. But we're saying y is greater than -8. So then I look to the right. Is -4 greater than -8? Yes. So I know that my arrow goes that way. Let's try 2 more and then you'll be done with your notes. Okay, so first thing I do is I see it says x is less than -1. So my starting place is -1. I can see right here that it is a greater than or less than symbol, which is an open circle. So I am going to put an open circle on -1. And then here I can see that it says x is less than -1. So is 0 less than -1? No, it's greater. Is -2 less than -1? Yes. So since it says x is less than -1, we know that all values that are smaller than -1 could be a solution. So my line needs to go this way. Okay, let's try the next one. I have z is greater than or equal to greater than or equal to 4. So my starting point is 4. So I go to 4 right here and I check my symbol. It is greater than or equal to, greater than or equal to is a closed circle. So I'm going to go to 4 then and put a closed circle. Next, I'm going to look at my variable again, and it says that z is greater than or equal to 4. So I know all answers for z have to be greater than 4. Are the numbers going this way greater than 4? No. Are the numbers going this way greater than 4? Yes. So then I know this is the way my arrow has to go. Okay? So make sure that you recorded all of this information into your notes, especially this down here. You want to have that to help you remember. And if you use these tools and these patterns, this unit will be pretty simple for you. But make sure you understood everything in this video. If you didn't, watch it again. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow.